I really need to give her a ranged weapon. I really need one. You need a ranged weapon. Everyone needs to have a ranged weapon. Nice. Blinded. Divine Favor. Shield of Faith. Spiritual Weapon. Your weapon deals additional radiant damage. Might as well. Why not? Might as well. Shillelagh. Now let's go this way. You got this.
Another step forward.
Vicious Mockery. Nice. Incubate Death. Ooh. An egg-like shell, necromantic energy oozes from within. Alright, sister. You want to play rough? Is this going to have death throws? Okay. 70%, 100%. Nice.
Another harvest.
She needs health. Wolf. Spider. 2 hit points. 13. It's 45 hit points. I'm thinking Panther.
Death greets us all. But not today.
Take that, fool. Take that, fool.
Onward.
Ranged weapon. Divine Strike, ranged. Nice. Healing word on myself. Just in case.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Piercing strike.
What do I have to lose?
Cunning words.
Thy face, villainous prick.
Stay down. Take that. Woo.
Welcome rest.
Take that. Oh. Okay. Anything else here? A little gift. Invasion plans. That door. I'm sure I can unlock it. Ornate door. Nice. Charcoal, silver plate. Glory of the Absolute.
Looking ahead.
Now we in reverence before the Absolute and her true souls, rejoicing the 3 glories of belonging and reveling in the requital for deeds duly done in the Absolute's name. Glory, the first, is our purpose, filling us with determination to bring us to all mortals the joy of reverence of the Absolute. Glory, the second, is our obedience, the bliss of knowing that we exalt ourselves when we surrender our wills to the Absolute's commands. Glory, the third, is our dominion, for obedience to the Absolute places us above other mortals, and it is righteous to command them. And when through our obedience we have achieved dominion, the Absolute grants us permission for requital, revelry without restraint to express our joy, and pride in the Absolute service. Do I go through there, or do I go through the locked door? I kind of want to go through the locked door. Here. Yeah. Let's go through the locked door, which I hope one of the keys that I got from Drell is the one we want.
Better not be cursed.
Balthazar's room key. Clasp the book. Maybe there's something in here that can help with the upcoming battle. Engraved Githyanki disc.
This Gith slate looks like the other. Another story about the Githyanki.
Ooh, I want to read about that, for sure. I don't know if I can read it, though. Read.
Never a dull moment.
I don't know why I can't. I guess I'll find out later. It's kind of bugged. This is a log on the work of one of Balthazar's necromancers, Cressa Bone Daughter, dated 210 days ago. After the state the fallen one was in, I never expected Cressa would be able to save it. I was hoping the usurped thing would die. That's what it would have wanted. It's not as if Cressa studying it is going to prove much. It was damaged in the attack far beyond what the mere tadpole could do. But she seems fond of the foul creature. Let her play with it. Another entry seems to be written to this log, dated a 10-day later. I should not have, in hindsight, let Cressa keep her pet. Ever since it was shipped onto one of the nautiloids to be deployed, she has been inconsolable. It won't survive out there. It needs me. It's like the others. The feral thing will make a fine warrior for the Absolute, and now my best assistant is distracted thinking about it. Ha! She will come to heal again soon enough. Purple fluoride shard. Ooh, a moon lantern. Could use that. That could be useful. Purple fluoride shard. Sensor. Attention, acolytes. A reminder, acolytes are permitted entry to my chambers for the sole purpose of collecting moon lanterns. My library is not to be tampered with. Well, you're dead now. For good, Balthazar. While the Absolute appreciates your eagerness to learn, my bookshelves do not. Any request to borrow from them must be given to me in advance and are likely to be refused. Should you desire information on poisons, do not think to read any tome on the subject here. They are inclined to grant more knowledge than the written word could provide. Remember, the Absolute's purpose is better served by a beating heart than a poisoned mind. Though if you choose death, I will ensure you serve her still. Yeah, you don't have a say, because we killed your Saurier. We killed your Saurier. Balthazar's personal notes. Ooh.
That's curious.
Install a drain beneath library's conventional medicine shelf. It's wasteful to let all the blood seep to the flagstones, and it will rust the spikes besides. A line slashes to the above, the same hand in fresh ink below. Disregard, the smell gives me sweet dreams. A heart? Oh. What am I supposed to do with this heart? A human heart, carefully cut from the chest. Calculating blood drips far from an artery. Save that for... give that to Asterion. He might use it as a snack. Another heart. Protruding book. Rows of books. The swift and sudden death. A scorched book, its pages singed and tattered, though its contents have been rendered illegible by some unknown phenomenon. It is still possible to make out the dedication. To those who doubted me, may the storm claim your final breaths and the earth reject your rest. Protruding book. The potion of healing recipe. I already have this. This small recipe has helped me through a lot. Without my scales, my hide smarts and tears with the slightest touch. While it has never healed me fully, every drop soothed. I hope it might similarly soothe whatever ails you. Someone has filled the rest of the pages with repetitions. Why is it always healing potions, this god-d primitive village, and the occasional someday I'll kill that mongrel of a master? Luckily the recipe itself is mostly legible. I feel like I've already read this. Yeah, I've read this already. We already know the healing potion recipe. I'll get to that in a moment. Traveler's chest. That's got to open the metal door. Balthazar's personnel notes 3. Request from the next caravan. Any words by Mordenkainen must catch up on current events. No, Volo, better a century of ignorance. Hin Vellum holds ink like no other. Could harvest from an acolyte. New copy of Swift and Sudden Death for library. Current volume badly scorched. No Volo. Hin Vellum. Swift and Sudden Death. Heavy chest. Lockpick.
Keep me out.
Give me some guidance. Ugh. We'll have Asterion unlock that in a moment. Goblins. The Malgubiet Gambit. Goblin troops, though crude and a bit dim, are valuable because they are adaptable and can be fit into a number of different military roles, excelling as archery, skirmishers, and war cavalry scouts. If rigorously drilled, some can function as disciplined phalanxes armed with half-pikes, and even the ones who can't be trained to march in step can serve as prime catapult fodder. The key to recruiting a tribe of goblins is their profound respect for their priests, who lead the tribe members in worship of all-conquering Maglubiet. Therefore, let the high priests of the 7 tribes of the southwest Sword Coast be invited to a grand council, a feast where they will be well-fed, well-flattered, and well-lubricated, interesting choice of words, with jugs of plunk laced with a mild paralytic. The priests will waken with new guests in their crania and be led into docile devotion to a new and greater god than Maglubiet, the Absolute. And trust me, where the priests go, their warriors will follow. Advisor Balthazar. Okay. Okay. Okay, so come back here for the personnel chest. We have the protruding book business. Confront Ketheric Thorm. What's the protruding book? Whoa! Okay. Let's back up a little bit. Who has the most health? Shadowheart? Go for it.
There's no time to waste.
Go for
There
it.
we go.
Oh, jeez. Are all of these going to cause an annoyance? Nice, critical hit.
Always the same old song. No steel can save you.
Nice. Shillelagh.
Blade will not bend.
Okay.
I wonder what the next move is.
Protruding book. Protruding book. I don't know which one to pick. Click. Ancient altar. I don't know what to put in here. Row of books. Recipe of drow poison. This entry for the Master of Alchemy, Haskin Excelspian, begins with the formula for drow poison. Combine essence of swarming toadstool with any salts, and lo, you have yourself a dose of Drow poison is dark as goddess Loth's temper. Time was I would grimace at the prospect of poison. Now that I think it's cowardly, I just didn't think that was my legacy. The scaleless dragonborn who wrote some books that jilted scum used to poison their heartbreakers. My old friend Nikros tried to convince me that such poison better equip adventurers for a danger on the road. What a crude happy-go-F reality attitude. The adventures make up a sliver of the Sword Coast populace. Mostly it's folks trying to get by, and this day and age that means poisoning your ex-lover, or some man who stole your prized goat, or some woman who called you a crappy little bee behind your back. Well, I say go ahead, use my work however you want.
Alright, what now? With haste.
Let's pull the lever. A big pot. I didn't know you had big pot. Pull the lever. Huh. Charged paper book. My dark goddess, when I lost my daughter, I learned my purpose. My dark goddess, when I learned my purpose, I gathered the flock. My dark goddess, when the flock was full, I punished the wicked. My dark goddess, when the wicked struggled, I struck them down. My dark goddess, I am yours. Granite bench with holy fire. Let's not sit there. We'll open that later with Zevron. Confront Ketheric Thorm. I feel like this might be it. Let's save. And do one more short rest.
And here I go.
Traps, please.
Oh, look. A grass house. Here. Astarion can add that to his collection.
What are they? Don't waste a step.
Can I unlock this door? Nice. Does that ornate door take me to? I feel like that ornate door was going to take me to Thorm. Oh.
That is not what it seems. I see you, shapeshifter.
Oh. It's a... That is a shapeshifter, eh?
There is work to do.
Attack! No. Attack! Ha! Ha! Thank you, Halsin. It's a mimic. Acid immunity. Let's just attack him.
Here we go again.
This is my time.
Heck yeah. Nice.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Pointed toe shoes. Ooh, those look cool. Those are cool. Fashion. Fashion. Stained letter. Plain, unadorned note. My darling daughter, when you were a little girl, I would often watch you play with your dolls and cousins and picture myself an enormous opaque and silvery shield surrounding you, protecting you. I knew somehow deep within myself that no harm could ever befall you because I would not let it. Though the healers say I may pass into the city of judgment soon, know this, darling daughter, I have always around you. I'm always with you, and the Moon Maiden will never allow you to bear a burden you cannot carry. I love you forever, a love that has no death. Mama. Interesting. But what's more interesting are these... Those are some cool shoes. Man, those are cool shoes. I'm gonna be wearing those. Nice. Yeah! Love that. But, let's go do this. Saloon's Devotee. This diary records the life of John Medolin. He suffered from lycanthropy, becoming a werebear at the event of the full moon. Cured of his condition by a priestess of Saloon, John Medolin exchanged his claws for a great sword and a cause. He would keep his priestess, her name was Orlona, safe from all trouble in the highways and byways. Further, he would bear witness to her many miracles, for Orlona was a saint of the goddess, and gifted even more than he could have imagined. They never fell in love, though their friendship was quite something.
Here goes nothing.
Plaque.
Melodia Thorm, loving mother, beloved wife. Her light will never be forgotten.
What path lies before me?
There's a lot of stuff. Apostate Diary. Most of the text has been scoured away by time, but what remains appears to be some form of ritual incantation. Your white ribs the pillars, your bleached skull the dome. Take on apostle's form. Final form, cathedral wrought of blessed bone.
Ketheric's been studying something called the Apostle. But of which god?
Swelto's Ethic of War. The Ethic of War by Christina Swelto. My colleague Amaps proposes fair rules of engagement in times of war and forgiveness upon victory. Are we to spare our enemies then once they have fallen to our might? Are we to put all hatred behind us when surrender is offered? Indeed not, for what shall we do once our opponent gathers new armies and masses them again along our borders? We shall wage another war, and count the lives snuffed out by our own magnanimity. Once an enemy kingdom is conquered, it must be razed to the ground. Only then can we free of its specter. Silver glass. Unsent letter. There's a lot of stuff in here. Balthazar, thank you for returning what was mine, and I have no doubt all will be well once the war is won. After that, I believe our business will be concluded. A different life, a better life awaits. General Ketheric Thorm. Not for you. Not for you. Invasion plans for Eltergard. A map of Eltergard, centering on the city of the Elturel, and showing the nearby towns of Trial, Scornable, and Burdusk. A series of concentric lines surround the city, with all venues of escape blocked off. Plans for a siege. Potion?
I'll take that.
I don't know what kind of potion. Invasion plans for the Sword Coast. A map of the Sword Coast from the Sea of Moving Ice down to just north of Amn, including several of the near archipelagos in the Sea of Swords. A large red arrow stretches out from the east and then branches into numerous small arrows, fanning across the land to signify the Absolute's planned conquest. Not if I can help it. A rich and fertile land. This ancient map depicts the area surrounding Moonrise Towers in detail, depicting a profusion of local fauna, deer, rabbits, black bears, and flora, with special emphasis based on areas for prolific foraging. Interesting. Invasion plans for Baldur's Gate. A map of Baldur's Gate, depicting Upper City, Lower City, and Outer City as far as Worm's Crossing, as well as Grey Harbor and near the course of Chinothar. Arrows show the intended progress of the armies of the Absolute. The weak points in the city defenses marked with an X. Interesting. Is this going to be another mimic?
That might be worth a look.
Loose planks. Elder Brain Domination? Like from the Illithids. Confidential, dictated to scribe Yonthis by General Ketheric. Young Gortash's plan to enslave the Enolithid Elder Brain and make it our marionette under control of the Crown of Karsus proceeded almost without flaw, barring a slight delay while our Balist allies sorted out their leadership conflict. The weak point must surely be the sharing of the Netherstones. It was necessary to secure my engagement and that of the murder cult, but eventually it's certain to fracture our fragile alliance. Clearly all 3 Netherstones must be controlled by a single leader, me by preference, but not until after all the stakeholders have made their essential contribution. Gortash fears that, energized by the dark energies of the Crown, the brain we now call the Absolute. So the Absolute is the Mother Brain? The Elder Brain? That would make sense. The brain we now call the Absolute will eventually metamorphose into something new and more difficult to control. If he's right, the need to invest the power of the Netherstones in a single wielder is urgent. Even more so in that Enver Gortash, at least, must be thinking the same way. This feels important. Let me grab this, just for later, in case I need it. We're gonna bring Astarion in this too. So two places where Astarion needs to help us. Oh, nice. Fruit. Lots of fruit. Lots of delicious fruit. Missive from Gortash.
No one stopped me yet.
So much stuff.
Breathe deep and move.
General, given what we know from my research about the Gith artifact, I can't emphasize enough how critical it is that it be recovered. The power that artifact contains can boost our own efforts to unforeseen levels, but if it falls into the hands of enemies of wit and persistence, it could bring down all of our plans and schemes. Too late! The body of our hand-picked captain for the artifact raid wasn't found in the wreckage of the Nautiloid. I'm not at all easy in my mind about the fact. Hand-picked captain. Who was the hand-picked captain? Find the artifact, employ rigorous means, do not fail. Lord Gortash. Absolute outfit. Smoke powder bomb. Alright, this lever. C. Okay. I think that's it.
Let's see what this does.
Nice. Okay. Now I think, question mark, we're about to go see Ketheric Thorm. Now, they did auto-save, so I feel like this has got to be it. Alright, lots of things here. This, once again, let's do it. Or maybe there's more tower left. This is as bad as Shinra Tower. Ooh, this is it. Moment of truth. Get him! Yay!
What have you done? What have you done to me?
I want that gem on your chest. It's so purty. It's so purty. That would look really well on me, like a necklace. I would love this. You think Gale would like it? You think it would make me look pretty too? You're mortal again, Thorm. I have come to finish you. You did this to yourself. You're feeding off Night Song for centuries. Surrender now and consider letting you live. I don't think he's gonna surrender. Let's be friends! Let's be friends! Surrender now.
You've come this far. You've stripped your enemy of his advantage. Why would you show mercy now?
It's not like you, Ketheric. My only interest is what is right. I may or may not, but if you try to attack me, I will crush your skull. A higher power wants you to live. I think he's about had it with Ketheric Thorm. I think I'm gonna intimidate him. He doesn't use it often, but when he does... Yeah, my only interest... I'm not like you, Ketheric. My only interest is what is right. I may or may not, but if you try to attack me, I will crush your skull. Yeah, I'd like for Cord to say this, but I think right now he's just had it with Ketheric Thorm. He's just not a good person. He's just not. So he's like... Cord's... His half-orc side is coming a little bit. Yeah, I may or may not, but if you try to attack me or my friends, I will crush your skull. 30, eh? Might have to use a bit of, I might have to use a bit of my, inspiration. Let's go for it. Keep trying. Let's keep trying. Come on, we got 4. We got 4. Let's do it, baby. Boom.
We're not so different, it seems. We both want what we want. And no opposition, no resistance will prevent us. And yet, you have beaten me. It has taken a century of misfortune. A century of loss. A century of regret. And now, perhaps, it is over.
I can help you, Ketheric, if you let me. It isn't too late, Ketheric. Your story doesn't end here. Come quietly and you'll be spared. Seeing one's enemies cowed never gets old. So here's the thing. I think that, again, I wanted Cord to say the persuasive part, but in that moment, he's just so done with the horrors that Ketheric Thorm had and just everything that he did to everyone. He just couldn't just... He just had to let his inner half-orc out and just intimidate him. But now he's feeling guilty. And I think this is a moment of weakness for Cord where he's like, oh snap, I really acted... I gave in to my natural half-orcish... I gave into my natural orcish nature, and I feel like Cord, he's very conflicted about that. He's sort of afraid. He's kind of afraid of his orcish nature because he tries so hard. Cord tries so hard to not be seen like most people see him. He wants to be better than that because so many people see half-orcs as these brutish, like, creatures, brutish individuals that, you know, are not very empathic, that are not diplomatic, that would rather intimidate versus persuade. And so he just was like, oh snap, like this, he's actually laying down before me and surrendering. Maybe there is some good in Ketheric Thorm. Maybe he overreacted. Maybe he gave in to his orcish nature that he's afraid of. He's genuinely afraid of, and I would even say ashamed. He's even ashamed of that. In his mind, he's ashamed. So there's a lot of conflict there. Seeing one's enemies cowed never gets old. Come on quietly and you'll be spared. It isn't too late, Ketheric. The story doesn't end here. I can help you, Ketheric, if you let me. Halsin approves and Shadowheart approves.
Ketheric Thorm!
I don't know if I can convince her, though.
Aelin.
Rise, you dog. Retribution has come, and her sword is my sword.
Wait, Ketheric has surrendered, and mine. Stand back and watch. Wait, Ketheric has surrendered. She surrendered.
Ha! Ketheric Thorm would sooner die than lay down his rank cause. Isn't that right, General?
I was a fool to hesitate. Power like mine cannot be hidden, cannot be cowed. But power like mine has a price. A price I am destined to pay. You have one last chance to bow.
Oh,
Once
okay.
it's gone, I'll have no choice but to destroy you both. Do you hear? Bow!
I gave him a chance. Oh, I gave him a chance. Now he's done it. Now I'm mad.
The prison. You've had it all this time. You worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have.
Yeah.
The gods fight at us.
Yeah, I gave him a chance. Cord was like, alright, well, we guess we're gonna do it your way. Ooh, guess we're doing it your way. So be it. Eclipse of the heart. A total eclipse of the heart. Recount Ketheric's past to him, shaking his resolve. Ooh. Hopefully this makes it easier for him. Aura of Hate. The Paladin and nearby fiends and undead deal additional fledgling damage. The Paladin and nearby has +5 on bonus saving throws. Okay. And we have Necromites. Yes, that's why we have our Cleric with us. Yes. Mistress of Souls. Ooh. Okay. First of all, let's lay out some confusion. I don't think this is actually going to work, but I'll give it a try. Confusion! Cunning words. You are confused. You're confused, motherfucker! Let's hide. Let's hide.
Lies before me.
Confused! Cry for help! Alright. Pounce. Leap at a target and bite it to knock it prone.
The straight path.
There we go. Let's do Ice Storm. Yeah, let's do Ice Storm. Ice Storm Blast. Cunning words. Nice. Let's not get too close to everybody. Halsin's gonna get up there. Shillelagh. Hunger of Hadar. Hunger of Hadar.
Curious.
Confused. Ooh, it's okay. It's okay. Hopefully this fight is not terrible. Come here.
Got to move.
Lathanda's light. Fine. Spirit Guardians, heed my call. Actually, what's my level 5 again? My level 5. Oh, Flame Strike. Hold Monster, Greater Restoration, Divine Strike Weapon. I do like... Spirit Guardians is so good. It's just so good. So good. Concentration, I don't want to mess with that. So... I will move towards... It's okay. It's worth it to try to hit these guys. Spirit Guardians. Nice. And that's concentration. Let's get... Yeah, Spiritual Weapon. Maul. Because they're resistant. Come on. Heck yeah. Let's see. Confusion, Dimension Door, Hold Monster, Sudsera. Can I... That requires concentration. Confusion is concentration, so I don't want to do that. So instead, let's do... Haste is also concentration, so I don't want to do that. Alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna go here.
With haste.
And attack. So Sarah, she is a mage. Let's attack her with Wizard's Bane Oil. Nice. Wizard's Bane Oil. Affected entity's magic has been severely impaired. It has -3 penalty to attack rolls and spell save DC and disadvantage on saving throws for maintaining concentration. Heck yes! Let's go! Bite him. Yeah. Saved. Woo! Get up there. Blinding shot. Concussive smash. Backbreaker. Knock your enemy prone. I'm gonna give it a try. Not able to reach him? Fine. Blinding shot. It's okay. I'm doing okay with health. Shillelagh.
Victor's path.
Let's go. Let's go here.
Fleet of foot.
And then Dimension Door. Woo! Nice. Not enough movement. It's okay. Ow. Oh, ow. It's okay. Will did his job, which was bringing Dame Aelin right to him. Heck yes. Heck yes. Oh, critical miss. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna have to save Will. Mask Cure Wounds. Healing Word on Will. Because he needs it badly. Let's have her take care of her. Knock her out.
Let's make this quick.
Guided Strike! Divine Strike! Get that. We don't want that caster to get any ideas. Nice. Take her out.
Time to press ahead.
Now that we got the caster. Cutting Words! Woo! This fight is so much easier than the other one. How disappointing that Ketheric Thorm is... The fight with Ketheric Thorm was not as hard. It's okay, I'm not complaining.
Blade spared.
Not complaining at all. Ketheric Thorm, you are so toast. Like, it's not even... Alright, fine. Concussive Smash. You know what? I'll take care of you. Stay down like the dog that you are. Heads up, Will. Alright, Will. Bye-bye, Fido. Nice. Incubating, eh? Oh my. We've got a bunch of necromites there. Get up there and join the fight. Woo! Hey, Ketheric. Hi, Ketheric. That's gonna hit a whole bunch of them. I don't want to do that. Flame strike. That's gonna hit a whole bunch of people. We don't want that. I mean, resistance. It's okay. Just hit them. Did I just hit? I'm not. I was trying to hit Ketheric. Good gravy. That was a problem. Sorry, Ketheric. Head for that one. I'm frightened. It's okay. Mass cure wounds. Let's just do that. Mass cure wounds. I need to get up there. Ugh, I can't do it. Fine. Mass healing word. That'll still help. Vicious mockery. What can I do? Haste. Haste is always a good idea. Lack of something better to do. Okay.
You still have time to surrender.
Prowl. Pounce. Jugular strike. Well, pounce. Try to get him knocked prone if I can. It's okay. Nice. Wild shape. Saber-tooth tiger. Shred his armor if you can. Get her up. Get her up. I feel like she's gonna be more effective if we can get her up in the fight. Alright. Will, it's okay. Cutting words. Don't you dare. Not Halson, not Daddy. Ooh, ooh. What's the matter? What's the matter, Ketheric? What's the matter? War God's blessing.
Enough. My lord beckons me. You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter? Isabel.
What are you gonna do? Oh my goodness, that's a problem. Oh! Oh! What's gonna happen? Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing in the tower. Oh no! The night song, no!
You will fall as sure as she. This has only begun.
Oh yeah? Oh, yeah?
That tentacle was colossal. How can such a thing be possible?
But how about...
My faith will protect me.
Did the Night Song truly die? Oh no.
Let's end this.
Who are we fighting? I don't know who we're fighting right now. Oh, that thing. Oh my goodness. That fight was not as hard as it could have been compared to the other one.
Below. We need to find out where it took Ketheric.
Yeah. We battled Ketheric Thorm. Before we could finish him, he fled somewhere below the tower. We need to follow him. Okay. Shadowheart, I don't know what happened.
This isn't over yet. We need to pursue Ketheric Thorm.
I agree.
Shit. It isn't over. Ketheric Thorm still lives.
Yeah. We might have to do another long rest.
Our work is not yet finished. Not until Ketheric Thorm's last breath flees his corpse. Let us pursue him.
I agree. I agree. Okay.
Another step forward.
The Night Song. Did she like truly die? I don't know.
Freshened up and ready to fight.
I hope so.
No time to rest.
The scroll of her glory.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
An instructional missive to the zealots of the Absolute offered an audience. To be seen is to be known, and to be known by her is most perfect. One must rid one's mind of all veils, nothing can escape her unseen gaze. So to hold any secrets before her is folly. All you have, every little scrap of your being, belongs to her. In return, you may be offered a fraction of her being, a shard of perfection lodged in your uncomprehending mind. We are true souls after all, and the truth of our souls holds is hers.
Have to keep going.
Taking her down is probably a key. Bone key. Okay. Mercolite Scourge. Scroll of Blight. Send that to camp. Necromantic codexes, they're enigma. Stamps in the end papers indicate this book was once part of the library of the High Heralds when they occupied Moonrise Towers. The librarian's summary reads as follows. Very old scholarly treatises about obscure necromantic tomes and codexes, their mystic and arcane locks, and how to unlock and decipher them. At the end, the librarian appended the following note. Urgent request from researcher Ilan Toth to borrow this book officially denied. Stated casual interest in the notorious necromancy of Thay is a clear warning sign that his interest is anything but casual. In any event, this isn't even the book he wants. That's the Thrakshit Codex. Note from Gortash.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Okay, just a note that to say that I was alarmed to learn that your strike teams have not yet recovered the artifact. The Githyantic appear to be after it as well. I have more to say about this when time allows, but it is essential that your troops do not allow that object to slip between their fingers. G. You want the artifact, Ketheric Thorm? You're gonna have to get it instead of running away from me like the coward you are. Suddenly you're not so tough without your protection.
Let's get going.
The Hollow Tower.
The General will call that a tactical retreat, I'm sure. But you have him on the run. That thing he summoned was illithid. Follow it below and find him. Before he has a chance to subdue the Night Song again.
Oh, so the Night Song is not dead. I was curious about that.
Better they stay here. And hold the tower should Ketheric's army catch wind of our assault. But if you have room for one lone soldier, I would face Ketheric by your
Good.
side.
One sweet long rest. Do you know what to expect when we find him?
Theory and supposition. None of which will help us in the fight to come.
Fair enough.
Ketheric must die. And the Absolute with him. We will work out the details as they rear their ugly heads.
Yeah. Do you really think your soldiers can hold out against an entire army?
If our luck holds, they won't need to. If it doesn't, well, they are Harpers. Being outnumbered is part of the job. But the sooner we reach Ketheric and rob his army of their reason to fight, the better.
Okay. Join me.
You have numbers enough already, I think. You'll want a small force if you were to finish this quickly.
Oh, interesting.
Good hunting.
I need to send people away. I think that's a hint. Let's see if anyone has stuff to say about all of this.
Private word would be nice.
Whatever you need, you only have to ask.
Cool. I still have a lot of my
Defend all
spells.
the people.
Well, many of them. Armor.
What's next, I wonder?
I feel like we should
Have a lot
long
on
rest
my
before
mind.
we have
Well,
recharged everything.
Oakfather preserve you.
Seems simple enough.
Copper for your thoughts.
Moving in.
Okay, first of all, let's get Will. I did want Will to be here because of the Duke thing, but I do feel like Shadowheart takes precedence, so as much as it pains me,
First in my heart.
Well met.
waiting
Be
camp for now.
The blades and
Just when things were warming up. I know. And then have Astarion so we can like go get stuff.
What can I do for you? Lead on.
Astarion, we might as well level him up. Number 9. Supreme Sneak. Invisibility ends early if you attack, cast another spell, take an action, or take advantage. Blend into the environment so complete that you become invisible. Nice. That was it. It's pretty straightforward. Alright.
Don't touch me. Oh, for a
Come on.
skeleton key.
I know. I use you so much, Astarion. I know. Guidance. It's 18. You could maybe use some guidance. Ring of Exalted Marrow. Exhort the Risen. Ghoulish Touch. Subjugate the undead with your commands. Lash out with deadly claws and possibly paralyze the target. Could be really cool. Hold on to this for the
Still
moment.
breathing, despite everything.
Watch the shadows.
Let's go downstairs.
Let's see here.
There were just 2 chests here that we wanted to take care of. There was one here. Yeah, let's avoid that. Let's avoid that, please. Where was that chest? Was it back here? No. The heavy chest, right here.
Don't mind if I do. Easy.
You have that magic touch, Astarion. Ooh, Derivation Cloak. When you poison a foe, heal yourself for 1d4 points of damage. I don't know who's going to end up doing that, but I'll hold on to it for now.